Hey lambs, Ky here for another Ky Rants. Wait till you hear this rant. It's a hard one. In the meantime, don't forget that Ky Rants and Love and Murder is sponsored by my lamb Patreon, patreon.com/Love and Murder. If you want to be a sponsor of Love and Murder, head on over there and become a Patreon lamb. Also, you can support Love and Murder by going to our brand new Etsy shop. See, I said Etsy, not Etsy. lambmarket.etsy.com. LAMMARKET.etsy.com. Now let's get into the rant. Also, apologies about the sound quality. Remember I said sometimes I'm going to record on my phone, and that's where I am for this rant. A case of child abuse and neglect has left a community in Waco, Texas, and me at a loss for words. Margaret Ann Crosby, who is 33, now faces serious charges after her 3-month-old son, Amir, died due to the horrible conditions that he was raised in. The case has raised concerns about child welfare and parental responsibility in an ongoing CPS investigation. Actually, I wrote that too formally. What I actually meant to say was, this case has royally pissed me off. Margaret faces a first-degree felony charge for the injury to her infant son, Amir. The 3-month-old baby was admitted to Baylor Scott and Wine McLean Children's Medical Center in Temple in critical condition on September 21st, 2023. The craziest part of this, believe it or not, is that her family had reported her for abuse and neglect of the newborn. Because of this, there was an investigation already in place with Child Protective Services, and they'd given Margaret a safety plan in caring for the baby. And that safety plan was that she was supposed to have supervision in caring for her children. CPS, according to documents filed 1 day before the baby's death, was in the process of terminating the parental-child relationship between Margaret and each father of her 3 children. Then, on September 21st, CPS had taken Amir and another one of Margaret's children out of the house due to several instances of abuse and neglect. More documents show that Margaret had never taken the baby to the hospital since his home birth. So basically, he'd never seen a doctor at all. She'd never gone for prenatal care. This child didn't know what literally outside of his house looked like, and no doctor had ever looked him over. Now, my question is, shouldn't CPS have been more swift in taking him away? I'm not saying due to the home birth, but because of the reports and the fact that no doctor had looked at the child. Shouldn't this have been an immediate, I guess, would you call it seizure or removal or something? However, the day after Amir was born, Margaret tested positive for PCP and opiate. Okay, that wasn't enough of a warning sign to get him taken away? What's going on here? She'd also tested positive for the same drugs after the birth of the child before Amir, which was just last year. That child was born with opiates in their system. Okay, so all kinds of warning flags, red flags, yellow flags, siren bell. What is going on here? Why was that child allowed to stay for 3 months in this household knowing her background? In the hospital, Amir's condition was horrifying, suffering from 16 fractures. He's 3 months, people. Brain swelling, a bloodstream infection, and severe malnourishment. He died from his injuries on September 23rd, 2023. So yeah, they basically got him away from her way too late. Waco police is waiting for the results of an autopsy to determine the exact cause of death due to the multiple injuries he suffered. Margaret is currently in jail and has a $1 million bond on her. So lambs, do you think CPS should be held responsible for this? In my opinion, being a true crime podcaster, there are way too many cases that I've done where CPS should have actually stepped in and they either did it too late or not at all, and then the children died. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. I seriously don't know how to feel about this. So when I was writing this, I came to the verge of tears and I got myself together to come and record. Now, also my other question is, do you think some family members should be held responsible in some way? Now, the reason I ask this is because why did no one step in and do anything? They could have gone into the house and taken the babies. I'm really sick and tired of scenarios where families just sit there and let stuff happen to children, where they're like, oh, well, I don't want to get involved, or, oh, well, it's my sister, it's my brother. It's no. I don't. And then saying like, well, I called the cops. Sometimes that's not enough. That's not enough. Like in this instant, that was not enough. You knew what was going on in this house. Each baby was just getting worse and worse. And just calling the cops and sitting back and like, oh, they'll do their job was not enough. And yeah, I'm talking to y'all. How do you feel that this happened? Now, I don't know the whole story, so I could be wrong in saying that you didn't try and go in there and get them or whatever. However, if you didn't try and go in there and get them, then yes, I'm talking to you. How dare you? If you did try everything to get those children to safety, and I don't mean just calling the cops or calling CPS. I mean, you actually tried to get in that house and get those children, and she wasn't giving the children, or she says, if you take these children, XYZ will happen, or if you tried everything physically in your power to get those children, then I understand. And I know you're hurting. However, if your idea of trying was simply, I called CPS, we reported it, I called the police, I don't know, then shame on you. I'm tired of people standing idly by while these children just get hurt. Tired of it. Anyways, that's all I have for Ky Rants today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as usual, I'll go ahead and put out a poll. So the poll, because it only lets me put out one poll question and literally yes or no. That's it. So the poll question will be, and I need two things from you lambs. 1, poll question. Do you think CPS should be held responsible for this? Just answer yes or no. And this is going to be on Spotify, or you can go to the Lamb Patreon. I'll have the poll public, so you don't have to be a Patreon Lamb to be able to answer it, but you can go to Lamb Patreon to answer it. So do you think CPS should be held responsible for this? Yes or no? Then in the comments, please leave me a comment. Do you think some family members should be held responsible in some way? You could literally put yes or no to that, or you could say yes or no and put out your explanation as to what you think should happen. So those are the two things I need for you. Answer the poll and answer me yes or no in the comments below. The poll is on our Spotify, or you can go to patreon.com/loveandmurder. Like I said, it's going to be public, so anybody could answer the poll. That's all I have for you. I really want your thoughts on this. This case really pissed me off if you didn't see. And I will see you in the next rant. Bye.